Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets which you can download in US Letter or A4, and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best be prepared for your exam, and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and do share out the videos. And now we're going to complete the 2019 Grade 3 Paper S. So if you turn with me in your practice papers booklet, page 18. Just find where I'm going here, there we go. And we can look at this together. So now we're going to look at the final question of the 2019 Grade 3 Paper S. So all of the questions will be relating back to this little extract here. And so we're going to keep referring back to this. So let's see what the first question asks. I hope you've had a go of this. If not, have a go yourself. Now press pause and then re-access into the video and check it through with me once you've had a go. Doesn't matter if you go wrong a little bit, you'll learn much more thoroughly by making those mistakes. Just rub it out and have another go. So we'll check through these together. So the first question asks us whether the time signature is simple or compound, or is it duple, triple or quadruple. So let's look what we've got. So back we go. So 6/8. Now this is a compound time signature because compound means it's divided into 3, and 6/8 is, if I just sketch, I'll do it here. 6/8 is 2 groups of 3 quavers or 8th notes. So we've got 2 beats. And so that answers our question because we're in compound time and there are 2 beats per bar, and so we'd say duple. There we go. Let's look at the next question. The melody, we are told, is in B minor, and we need to name the degree of the scale on the second note of bar 1. So before we go looking, what I'm going to do, you could just count up from B on the stave, but I'm just going to sketch out the degrees of the scale just in case we're starting from an awkward point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now then, your key signature deals with the fact that we've got F sharps and C sharps, and in B minor, remember that the 7th degree of the scale is raised, so it will be A sharp as well. So we are asked to name the degree of the scale of the second note of bar 1, marked with a little star here. So here. Now, the fact that there's a sharp against it, an accidental, is a massive clue. It's an A sharp, which we've just said is the 7th. And so it's quite hard to count up from a B here because we're off the sort of stave if we go much lower. But we know that good boys, there's the 8th or the 1st. And so one back, 8 to 7, confirms that that's the 7th degree of the scale. But sometimes it's just easier to know what you're looking for first. So there we go. We're sure that that's the 7th degree of the scale. Now, generally speaking, we're asked which other key has the same key signature as B minor. So we're asked about the related key here. So if you've done your circle of fifths, or if you've got your revision down pat and you're really conversant with your key signatures, you will know that B minor is related to D major. I do recommend though, before you start anything, you always have your circle of fifths. In this grade you only need to go to 4 sharps or 4 flats, so you don't need the whole circle, but it's really helpful to just have all of your keys. So we know that B minor is related to D major, which has this key signature here. If you're not sure how to do this, do have a look at my video, Circle of Fifths. You'll find the link in the cards and in the description, and it's in the playlist Music Theory for Everyone. And it's a really valuable tool to just get everything down, and then your brain's free to just keep referring back to that information, and you'd have that already thought out and ready. So the next question asks us how many demi-semiquavers or 32nd notes is the second note of bar 3 worth. So let's see what we're looking at here with this arrow. So we're looking at a quaver or an 8th note. So let's just diagram that out. So a quaver divides into 2 semiquavers. So an 8th note divides into 2 16th notes, and if we carry on, there are our semiquavers, our 32nd notes, and we can see that that doubles out into 4. So 1 quaver is 4 demi-semiquavers, 1/8 note is 4 32nd notes. So there we go. So now just a little bit of observation. We need to give the number of 2 complete bars that have the same rhythm. So we're just looking for the same rhythms. So you'd think that one and that one, but it isn't, because of the ties. That changes the rhythmic effect. So although visually they'll look the same, the tie will change the rhythm at the end, so that won't do. However, that is the same, those 2 bars, 5 and 6. Crotchet, quaver, 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 quaver. So there we go, bars 5 and 6 is your answer there. And finally, we're asked to use the blank stave above to copy out, well, write out the melody from the beginning of bar 5 to the end, but we're going an octave higher and we're changing clef. So bar 5 to the end is this second line, and then we're going to have to change the octave to an octave higher and change the clef. And so to make sure we don't end up in some random octave, what we have to do is keep middle C as our reference point. So just to bear in mind visually, it's good to see, pardon the pun, that middle C is at the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass. Imagine you're meeting in the middle, bottom of the treble, top of the bass. And so top of the bass, bottom of the treble, that's middle C. So at the moment, this is the F below middle C, and so we're going to have to go to the F above middle C. So that's our starting point there. However, before I get carried away, what I should have done is just mapped out, just mark out all of my bar lines, and I'm going to keep everything aligned with theirs because I don't want to get lost and I want to make sure everything's appropriately spaced. And so now what I do is I just follow the intervals. So we've started on the F, of course it's F sharp, but your key signature will deal with that. Now I'm going down a step with a sharp, back up a step, back up a step, down to where we started, so we know we're right. Now we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, counting the given note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the B below middle C, and we can see that's the B 1 octave lower. So down next door note, so we're going to need another ledger line with a sharp, back up a step, So now up a step, and that takes us to middle C, which is an octave above the C that's written here, so we know we're correct. Back down a step. Now we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to the C, B, A, G, F, so that's correct. So actually what we're doing, we're writing this note here in the treble clef using ledger lines. Little rest. Now then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, an octave higher. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us to this note, and this should be the note we started with, so we can just cross-check that there, just cross-reference from where we've done before. Now we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which takes us to middle C. We were here before, so we can just check that's correct, and then down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's our raised seventh, the A sharp, which we were here before, so yeah, that's correct. We've done the same thing there, so we know we're right. Next door note, and that takes us to B. So that's all the hard thinking done. Now I've just got to do the stems, and because everything's below this middle line, all of the stems are going to go pointing upwards. So because they are beginning and starting on the same note, that's a straight line. Same again here. Oh. There we go. Downwards diagonal. Perhaps that's a bit too much. There we go, just level that. And as far as earning your points, you've done all the thinking. If you've got time, you could always just pop in your articulation marks, but this isn't absolutely essential. There we go. Let's just have a last double check. I think that will do. There we go, that's that question completed, that's that exam paper completed, and that's that exam paper booklet completed. I do hope that you've enjoyed working through that with me. I've certainly enjoyed working through it with you. These past revision papers, these past practice papers are an excellent revision resource, and I do suggest you make the most use of these in preparation for your exam. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do share out the videos, and please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.